This is a quick, really quick video taking apart your Makita 4002 rowhammer. We burnt ours up on a job, and quickly, sorry about the thumb there, is that it got burnt up really good, sparks and everything. So these guys come apart. They're not complicated to take apart. They're just a little scary if you don't know what you're doing, which I don't know. But we replaced it with a new one, a new motor. The motor comes apart with this casing here, and you have to be careful because there is a rubber gasket in here that goes around. So when you take your screwdriver and you start sticking it up in here to take things apart all the way around, you still have to be careful that that rubber gasket doesn't get damaged. They're not that expensive. Makita is really good about shipping stuff out. This guy, if you pull them apart, there's a plug back here. You have to pull the handle off, and you got two screws here and two screws basically down here on this side, but on the handle. So there's four screws coming off your handle. And then when you do, there's a plug that goes in here, which when you pull that guy out, this guy has four screws up on top. And you pull the four screws out, and you can pop this guy out. We're replacing the brushes on this. Just for giggles, I guess. They were like $5, so it's easier to replace them. This guy comes off pretty easy. Like I said, there's four screws up on top. Right there, four screw holes. This guy, when you pull him out, and you make sure that this piece goes off to the left side of your brushes, okay? There's a name for them, but I am not technically savvy, so you don't need to pull that screws out, that one and that one. You don't need to pull that. Just pull this guy off to the left. Same thing with this guy. You pull him up off to the left, and your brushes will come out. There's a little piece right there. You have to pull that out. Just get yourself a nice piece of needle nose pliers. They pull right out really quick. This whole thing, it comes apart fairly easy. The top end does. It's down in here you really don't want to mess with, because if you've seen the schematics on it, it will just blow your mind. I have the schematics around here someplace. Hold on just a minute. I will show you the schematics on that thing, and it'll just blow your mind. It's really easy. Makita will send them out to you. Here we go. Look at that. That's the bottom half of it, the rowhammer part, and all these little parts have all got to go back together in sequence. This is the part we pulled apart, was this guy, the cap, the brush holder, this guy. We didn't pull him out, we left him in. This is part of this part. Hold on, we'll set him on there real quick. He goes right back on there. And inside you have, which they're not showing you here, is a clutch right here. Sorry, this little thing. Just be careful with him. You have a gasket in there. These are all the parts right here that all go back in. Okay, I am not a really technical savvy person to pull stuff apart. I can pull it apart and put it back together. Like I said earlier, there's four screws on this guy. You don't need to mess with any of that. All this will come back in one piece. The cord will come out in one piece. Very simple, very easy. It's almost idiot proof, actually. I'm sorry to say that word, but you got four screws in here. This handle comes out, and you have number 88 right there that plugs into there, which is right there. Okay. To replace the motor on this is very simple. Chances are you will, I know I did, I actually pulled this guy off, and this, and that, and pulled all this apart. Not all these guys I didn't, because there's a snap ring in there. Okay, but all this comes together, comes apart very easy. If you pull the snap ring on it, you'll pull it all apart. But I didn't have that problem. This housing right here all came up. This came out with it. On the back side of it, I just took my hammer, which this piece goes down inside here. And I just took my hammer and tapped it back out, because as you can see, it sets right there. When you take it apart, you'll see it. And this bearing sets inside of here in a little casing. I'm sorry I didn't take it apart and show you earlier, but don't be afraid of it. It comes apart very easily. They wanted over $200 to fix it, which I thought was a little bit much myself. So you could probably fix it pretty easy yourself. These guys come apart very easily. Like I said, there's 4 screws up here. Okay, they come out. Make sure when you do, you pull these guys back, your little brushes, you pull them back. Take that spring off, otherwise they push in and they get caught right up inside there. They won't let you pull them out. Okay, so they get caught right up underneath that piece right there. So make sure those brushes are pushed back. These guys come apart. I don't think you want to take them apart. I didn't want to mess with them. I am waiting for some electric cleaner so I can take all this concrete off of there. They sold me another one. They said it was an upgraded model of this, my brush holder, but actually it doesn't fit on my machine. So at some point I will return it. But this thing, look at it, is just so simple. You make sure this guy, this plug part, comes right back. Look at that. Right in there. No problemo. And you just plug back in, which is your handle over there. Not a big deal. And watch this. This thing comes up pretty easy. Okay. Yeah. After you get the screws out, pops right out. Not a problemo. This is the Makita 4002 rowhammer motor replacement. Not all the guts inside there. We are just replacing this part, and it has a part number. Give me a second. It all comes with what they say. It comes with 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and 80, which are your parts right there. Is what it comes with. It's all put together, pushed together, pressed together with a fan motor, everything. You can pull and pop it in a couple of hours if you have the parts. This guy, we didn't, number 83, we didn't touch. He's still in there. There's only 2 screws to pull him out. Right in there. 2 screws, he comes right out. So it will be pretty easy. This guy, I wouldn't even mess with. He's just too much for me personally. Taking all that stuff apart, all those screws apart, you would have to be a tech. And they say oil it up or grease it up. Sorry, grease it up occasionally. And that will go to the shop at that point, and I will pay the 150 or 175 or whatever it is to take it apart and run grease up inside there. There's only 4 bolts that hold it together. But I personally would not want to do that. There's too many moving parts up inside there. This guy is pretty easy. When I put him back together, this was back down. It wouldn't push back down. This cap right here would not push back down. So I stopped at Harbor Freight, got me a 1-pound little mallet, tapped it a few times, and went right in like butter. If you're from the East Coast, it's butter. But it went right in. I couldn't believe it. Just took my little 1-pound non-marking hammer and tapped it down till it sounded good. You can hear it. Just listen to it and everything will snap right back in. You put this cover back over the top of it. Give it a little movement. Make sure she's not grinding. Take this guy, pop him right back down over everything else, and screw him down. There's 4 screws, big long ones. They're not that tight. These guys here are for these guys right here, and there is 2 nuts in there. Try not to lose them out of there. Those nuts go to those screws right there. Those ones are for your electric brush cap. So it's not that hard. It's very easy. So I just wanted to throw this up on YouTube. Maybe somebody's scared to replace their motor. I had nothing to lose, so I did it myself. So anyways, y'all have a great day. I'm not a big YouTuber. I just thought I'd throw this on there so maybe someone can get some help in replacing or repairing their motor. This part and the new brush holder, I guess you call it, which does not fit mine, was under $60. Absolutely. I went to Makita here in La Mirada, California, picked it up, brought it home, bada boom, bada bing. I'm going to put this back together. I'm just waiting for electronics cleaner to get all the concrete dust off of it. So it's very simple. Don't be afraid to take this thing apart. If it's broken, you have nothing to lose, really. They're, holy jeez, I don't remember what I paid for this thing. It's been a while back, but they're pretty simple. Take apart. Motors, brush. This whole thing comes in one piece. Okay, so you don't have to worry about pressing or pushing anything back down. Nice and clean. Sounds good. I'll give her a whirl later on today and see what happens. Y'all have a great day, and thanks a lot for watching my 12-minute video. Sorry about going on. Have a great day.